Hey, good morning. Welcome to Hobby Evolution episode 1538. Happy Tuesday. It is Tuesday. What's going on? It's going to be a bargain box blowout this Saturday, as you can see in the title. I'm taking dozens and dozens of boxes. We're talking blowout quarter boxes from previous card shows. Some of my inventory from when I had 60,000 listings on eBay, over 100,000 cards in my store. I've been cherry picking through that, and that stuff will be available for just 10 cents each this Saturday at the Janesville Card Show, Janesville, Wisconsin, just off I-39 at the Holiday Inn Banquest Center. You can find me right inside the door. You walk in the front door, and boom, there I am in the hallway. So come out and see me this Saturday in Janesville. I'm not sure how many boxes I'm going to bring, but I'm still loading up. I'm still kind of not curating, but I'm sorting through some of my old inventory, some of my old boxes. I haven't touched box 13 yet. Box 13 is as is, but some other boxes have been torn apart, and I'm going through. It's like, wow, this is good for eBay Live. This is good for eBay Live. This is good for eBay Live. So going to be some more stuff coming to eBay Live, and a lot of dime cards for you to go through in Janesville this Saturday. My buddy Cameron's coming to the storage unit this afternoon. He's going to pick up some stuff. So I've got which will also give me a little bit of an opportunity to go through some of the Goodwill palette that there were some, I did go through a box last night. There were a few Jaden Daniels rookies. Yeah. In the Goodwill palette. Now they'll probably only sell for $5 to $10, but those things add up. And that's kind of what the bread and butter behind the Goodwill palettes has been, those $5 to $10 cards. So there were a lot of rookies from that class. There was a binder filled with Barry Sanders, Joe Montana, Bo Jackson, Jerry Rice, a couple Brett Favre rookies. So that was a good binder. So as I go through more and more stuff, it's like, oh, okay, it's not too bad. I watched another movie last night. My wife had a meeting last night. And so me and Ernie hung out, and I went to Tubi, which so this is another horror movie. I don't know if Dan's probably sleeping. He's back in Korea, but it was kind of it was gory. I just looked away. But it was almost like Leave It to Beaver or Dennis the Menace on like in horror film. It was like suburbia, like 50s but it wasn't set it was set in modern day. Now, the main character blew me away. Like, this dude looks familiar. And so I Google like the cast, and it's one of the Maoris. So the main character, of course, he's an adult now, probably 40. He was Teddy from Full House. Remember Teddy from Full House? So he's like the main character. He's the good guy in the movie. What the hell? Get Off My Lawn is what it's called. It's a Tubi original, so it's not like it's not going to win any awards. It's very cheesy, but it's entertaining. I thought it was entertaining. It's like I think it was done right, where it's got a good plot, and I mean, a good plot for a horror film. It's got a good plot, and it's not like there's comedy in it, but it's not over the top. It's not like what do you call the spoof? It's not like a spoof film. So it's original. So we don't get too much originality in film these days. So just go to the horror genre. So it was an interesting movie. Plot was interesting. It was the only thing that I thought could have been different was there was really no backstory other than what was like portrayed throughout the film. And and there were some loose ends that didn't get tied up, which 608, I just saw 608's comment pop. I think it's Saturday. Now I got to check. Now you got me worried. I think it's Saturday. I don't know. They go back and forth on the Janesville shows. Let's see. Premier card shows. If it's Sunday, I'll have to adjust my schedule. I don't like Facebook search anymore. There we go. I don't like Google search anymore either. Saturday. It is Saturday. Okay, good deal. It is Saturday. Janesville Card Show is Saturday. You had me worried there, Cody. They've got a bunch of shows coming up. They've got, and then the following Sunday, they're in Rockford. And then the weekend of the Madison Card Show, they've got one in Hampshire, Illinois, and then Rockford on Sunday. So a lot of shows for those guys. So I'll only be in Janesville. Although the following Sunday, maybe I'll sneak down to Rockford. That was a good show when I went last month. It was a good show. So yeah, get off my lawn. It's on Tubi, so it's free. If you're into that sort of thing, it's kill some time, I guess. If you're looking to kill some time. I wasn't really looking to kill some time. I needed to, though. After a long weekend of streaming, I needed a couple hours of just, although I was sorting cards while I was watching the movie. So was I really separated? I guess not. I did not do eBay Live last night, but I will be tonight, 7 p.m. Central. Tonight's going to be another request. I'm going to sneak in. I've got so much $1 to like $5 stuff that it's like, I don't want to waste. I'm okay, doing $3 here, $4 here, especially if it's on a quarter box card, but I've still got two shoe boxes of slabs, just trying to get through inventory. Because I picked a lot up, I had a couple collections over the summer, and I've just kind of been cherry picking out of those collections. Madison Card Show a couple weeks ago, the National, and even at the National, there were a lot of. Even one day I was in quarter/dollar boxes. It wasn't separated. It's like if it was, and the dude was really cool. It was like if it was basically serial numbered, a refractor, or Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady. I was looking through football, so those are the only ones that I can remember. They were $1. But anything else, and if it had a sticker, it was a quarter, but some stuff didn't get stickered. So it was kind of a free-for-all. So initially I just started pulling out cards. It's like, I'd pay $1 for this. I'd pay $1 for this. And then it's like, well, I've got enough. I think he'll give me a good deal. I don't even know what I ended up paying for everything. I took his word for it. I'm sure he gave me a good deal. So there's a lot of that stuff that I had bought a lot of it to put into lots, which I've done to an extent. And then there's some stuff it's like, I'm going to sell this. And it's like, do I want to do lots? Because sometimes a lot of 10 may only go for $5. So my idea, it's kind of a hybrid auction, buy it now, that I'm going to try out. And it's going to be the bargain box blitz. So I'm basically pulling out cards and I'm just going to blitz through. I'm not going to really take requests. But I'll pivot. If people aren't buying a certain player or team or card or sport, I'll pivot, try something new. And then we'll just go from there, which is kind of what I do in even the request streams anyway. So we're going to do a bargain box blitz, 5-second auction, sudden death. So it's basically buy it now. But you have the opportunity if somebody gets that first bid in for $1 and you're like, well, I'll pay $2 or $3 for it. You've got 5 seconds to do it. It's kind of like what we did, I guess, a similar extent of what we did on YouTube, a hybrid auction when I did the bargain box sales on YouTube last year. So there is an option to do buy it now on eBay Live, but it's not it would take more time. You would have to set the price. I figure 5 seconds, we can get through a ton of inventory, more than what I usually do. Sudden death, we don't have any extended auctions. So it's basically, and it's stuff that if it only sells for $1, I'm okay with. So I'm only going to pick out stuff that I'm okay selling for $1. I'm not going to put a slab up on a 5-second sudden death auction. But I'll put up a Bo Jackson action packed or something like that. So I may do that tomorrow morning. I've just got to, depending on how much I get done shipping today and then hit the storage unit this afternoon, it's all time dependent. And this is where it's always the beginning of the week's really tough to kind of forage through and dive through the weeds. I'm really thirsty. I'm going to go get I think I have a bottle of water down here. Well, I don't. I have a month-old half-drank cherry Coke in there from, I think it was from our flight, I think from our drive back from the airport from Maine. I should probably throw that away. All right, let's go to the chat. Red Light, what's up? Good morning. Offbeat All-Stars in the house. Good morning. Gem City is here. What's happening? Unicorn Cupcake. Good morning. Gem City says, I'm attempting to sell this on eBay boxes and burn it pile. Sell this on eBay. I'm attempting to sell this on eBay boxes and a burn it pile. I like it. I like it. I do this frequently. I mean, I have multiple 4-row boxes. Well, you can see what I have behind me, which are all like sell on eBay live, basically. And, some of them are, it's not sorted. Like I have a Sandberg box. People wanted Sandberg. I had some 10-card lots that just didn't sell very well. Vintage hockey and some Bowman Chrome. Another lot box. I got the WNBA box. I need to focus. My first focus besides this room is my shipping area, because I'm going to break an ankle one of these days stepping over boxes in there. David, good morning. Did you get the PCA auto at the National? I missed it if you mentioned it before. I did not. No, I did not. His autograph tickets sold out really fast. And you know how I am. I just drag my feet on everything. So, no, I did not get it signed. It's still behind me. I don't know. I've thought about framing it and hanging it on a wall if I have any wall space. I'd get like it obviously it has to be a custom frame. It's like a 2 foot by 3 foot or 3 foot by 4 foot piece. I'd probably just get like one of those cheap plastic things just to give it a border, basically. But no, I didn't. And his prices were actually for an in-person signing, they were actually pretty decent. I think to get something like that signed was only $175, maybe $185. It was under $200 to get something like that signed. I think like just a regular item was $160. So his prices, and I know some people are like, oh my God, that's crazy. But to get, I wouldn't go take a baseball card, or even a baseball at that price, because you can go buy a signed baseball by PCA for probably $100 to $150. So I guess, well, you still have to buy the baseball in either case, but horse apiece. But I'm not like, and I think I had this conversation in a group chat yesterday where I like autographs. Like I collect autographs, but I don't collect those types of autographs. I'm not standing in line paying $200 for an auto. I'll stand around for 8 hours at spring training and try to get what I get. And I'm happy with whatever I get that. But I also I'm expecting when I go in, I set my expectations super low. So if I get a big leaguer at spring training, I'm very happy. I got Shota Imanaga to sign in kanji on a Japanese card 2 years ago. Like that's probably one of my best autographs, just personally that I've gotten. I got Seiya Suzuki right after he signed with the Cubs, right? One of the first days he was at spring training the year he came over on a baseball. Unfortunately, it's a scuffed up baseball, but I don't care. It's not going anywhere. It's in my collection. So those are the types of autographs. Most of the autographs, 99% of the autographs I get are minor league guys. And what's cool is sometimes they don't even make it. And every once in a while, one pops through and it's like, yeah, I got PCA's autograph when he was in single A. And I got it in person. I didn't have to pay, $200. And if they don't want to sign, they don't want to sign. I don't care. That's on them. But I get more excited when I was at the National, and I think I waited until Saturday to actually go sit down at the autograph booths. Unfortunately, the Cubs are very well picked over, and we're talking like minor league Cubs, but I was still able to pull out almost 50 autographs. I think I ended up pulling out 52, and maybe 5 of them were like stuff that I would put on eBay Live. There was like Jung Bong. Now I don't know if Jung Bong would sell on eBay Live, but it would on the eBay Buy It Now. Will I take the time to list it there? No. Will it sit in a box for the next 2 years? Probably. But I'll pull out, and usually it's the same in those boxes. It's usually the same old suspects. It's, who I'm trying to think of who's always in there. Andy, early 90s. His name was Andy something. Andy Hartung. There's usually a couple Brooks Kieschnicks. Ryan Haublitzel, stuff like that. But then if I find like a Mike Sodders, I'm excited. I don't think he made it past single A in the early 90s. I found a whole bunch of Marty Peavy, who's the manager at AAA Iowa. I found like 5 or 6 of his minor league managing cards from the 90s. So I was excited about that. And they'll go in a box. And then 2 years from now, I'll be like, why the hell did I spend $50 on these autographs? Because it was fun at the time. Jody, what's going on? Good morning. Bargain Boxers in the house. Can we go back to 1.5 hour shows instead of these 20-minute shows nowadays? I think I've been hitting the half-hour mark. We're going to go over 30 minutes likely today. I'm basically just going by the chat. I don't have anything to say because all I'm doing right now is selling on eBay Live. Like, that's my life. Selling on eBay Live and shipping. And I don't have anything else to talk about. So I'm relying on you to bring something to the table. It's a two-way street. Taj. Yes, Taj Mowry. Max agrees with Randy. Janesville Saturday. This Saturday, Janesville, Wisconsin. Holiday Inn off I-39. I'll be there with dozens and dozens of 4-row boxes for cheap, $25 for an entire 4-row. And then if you want to cherry pick cards, only 10 cents a card. Unicorn says, I think Hollywood Bo would keep the show going if we gave him super chat money. Otherwise, we are out of luck, right? Yeah, give me some super chat money. Make it worth my while. Max says, I already pay him enough. He doesn't need more. LOL. Max says, Cody, Janesville Saturday, big Oshkosh show on Sunday. Gem City says, Bo got a nice shout out on the Sports Card Nonsense podcast on yesterday's episode. Oh, very cool. I'll have to tune in. Offbeat All Stars says, sold the 1965 Topps Mickey Mantle I had graded. That was a nice payday. Very cool. Very cool. Unicorn says, I set up at the last Oshkosh show. It is a very nice show. Cody says, sorry to halt the show. Hey, no worries. That's what we're here for. We're here. Because I'm glad you mentioned it, because if it was on Sunday, I would have been like, oh shit, now I got to change plans. Orlando's in the house. What's going on? Good morning. Max says, last Oshkosh show was same day as Appleton and Madison for me. LOL. Otherwise, I would have set up. Gem City says, I find the odd shit of 90s tall boy cards. Who wants that? No idea. Have to look it up. I hate those 90s tall boy, like the NBA Jam session. I'm sure I loved them in the 90s because they came out right when I was getting into basketball cards, but now it's like, oh, these again. And usually when I find them, they're in like bulk. And so they're like the tops are like bent, trying to jam them into a box or something. It's like same with 89 Bowman. Like, oh, just throw it away. I would say the cards that I throw out the most are 89 Bowman. a lot of times I don't even look to see if the Griffey's there. I'll kind of flip through and it's like, all right. And I just throw them away. Just throw away 89 Bowman. I hate 89 Bowman. Red Light says, do you have any Topps Now cards? In my collection, I do. I have a few. I'm not a big Topps Now guy. I've bought a few in the past. When I was really collecting Javi Baez back in 2018, 2017, 2018, 2019, I would buy Javi Baez Topps Now cards. I do have a bunch of Dylan Cease Topps Now cards that I've gone back and bought. I haven't spent any time on TCDB in a long time, but I was trying to keep up as number one Dylan Cease on TCDB. I've probably been surpassed at this point. And then I've got some random Cubs. If I find them in dollar boxes, I'll buy them. But otherwise, I'm not a big Topps Now fan. I do love the Topps Throwback Thursday, though. I'm a fan. I don't buy them on the Topps website, but I am a fan of those. Joe, what's going on? Welcome back. Good to see you. TD Sports Cards. Good morning, you Ohtani collectors. Hey, I've got a fun, Gem City says, oh no, what did Shohei do? But speaking of this, let's talk about Shohei Ohtani. I think I tweeted it to my one of my chat groups, but I want to see. I think I put it in my notes. All right. Here's Shohei Ohtani's number. So Shohei Ohtani, and this was before, I don't know if they played yesterday or last night. Shohei Ohtani, 976 games. He's played 976 Major League Baseball games. So in his first 976 baseball games, Ohtani has hit 266 home runs. By comparison, Babe Ruth, through his first 976 games, 248. Ohtani has almost 20 more home runs through the same amount of games to start his career. Also, innings pitched. Ohtani has thrown just over 500 innings, like 500 and 2/3 innings pitched. And he struck out 633 batters. Now, I didn't put this in my notes, but I did put it in the group chat. So let's see if I can go back and find it. All right. So Ohtani has 633 strikeouts in his first 500 innings as a pitcher. Babe Ruth only had 285 strikeouts in his first 563 innings pitched. Now, I know it was a different era for pitching, but thought that was intriguing on Ohtani. And I wanted to do the research. I saw a tweet comparing Ohtani and Ruth home run numbers. And then when I looked into it, the tweet was from 2023. It was a 2-year-old post. And I'm like, I wonder what the update is. And I was surprised. Peter's in the house. What's going on? Good morning. Gem City Card Show says, Noah, is it Kaniga? Noah Kaniga. That's what I'm going to call him, just to be careful. The next big name in the hobby, freshman football player at Eastern Michigan. Yeah, he's gone viral like several times now. I think he just went viral again because he's got an NIL deal. He went viral coming out of high school when he got recruited at Eastern Michigan. Bargain by that's right. That's right. There's a lot. That's what Shohei did, allegedly. Shohei Ohtani is being sued for like a real estate deal in Hawaii. Let's see. Ohtani hit another home run last night. So in 977 games, he has whatever it is. All right. Dodger star Shohei Ohtani, an agent accused of sabotaging a $240 million Hawaii real estate project. So that's my Kaniga. Max says not incoming, was filed already Friday. Good morning, Uncle Rich. ET card collector in the house. What's happening? NFL game day cards. Awful. Oh, yeah, those were terrible too. Rich says, knowing the print run for most Topps Now cards are not that high. I do buy better players in the value boxes. Yeah, if I find a Cubs Topps Now card in the dollar box, you damn well sure I'm buying it. If it's Anthony Rendon, I'm passing. But yeah, Topps Now cards don't really hold their value unless it's a bigger, and even the bigger names don't really hold up the value to what you pay for it on the website. But if I can get Cubs cards for $1 from Topps Now, and especially Throwback Thursday, I'm all about it. Rich says in TBT and things like that, and Dr. Beckett had no real idea about he should buy them 2 years ago. So I was able to scoop them up. Gem City says I will buy his cards for sure. He goes in my Grady Dick box next to ZU Wang and Puffer Bong. Oh yeah, the old Puffer Bong Puffer card. David says Topps ended the TBT cards a few months ago. Oh, are you kidding me? That was awesome. Hopefully they do what I've wanted them to do for like 5 years now. I want Topps Archives to become basically what TBT is. You know, I want Topps Archives to use not old Topps designs because those are just run ragged. I want Topps Archives to do baseball players on the football designs and the basketball designs and the Ghostbusters and Dick Tracy and whatever else non-sport Topps had back in the day. That's what I want to see. Offbeat says, sold all of my old beer shirts from my previous employer on eBay. Wish I had more. Those sold in a hurry. Wow. Interesting. Unicorn Cupcake says, in a similar vein as Noah, I always liked the Cubs guy, Fukudome. Yeah, Kosuke Fukudome. Dan, what's going on? So clearly, Ohtani better than Ruth all time. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I think when it's all said and done, Ohtani will go down as, people are still going to hold on to Babe Ruth as a great player. But what Ohtani has done in this modern age is remarkable. Retro is in. What's up? I bought a collection, but I just don't know what football cards to pull. I'm a basketball, baseball guy. Well, that's a loaded question. Depends on what era. And also, it's kind of like you've really got to study it because think about late 90s, early 2000s, he says. Well, you're always looking for the Tom Brady rookie. But outside of that, you've just got to do your homework because there's so many intricacies. Just think about you're a basketball and baseball guy. Think of the intricacies of knowing baseball and basketball. And if you were to say, I don't know baseball from the late 90s, early 2000s, what would you tell them? And I guess that's the same as football. Yeah, we can give you some, obviously Tom Brady rookies from 2000. I'm trying to think. Is there much in the late 90s, early 2000s besides the Tom Brady in football? It's kind of a dead era, I feel, because even the rookies, the Hall of Fame rookies, don't sell for much. Where are we at? Unicorn says, what are the years? There he is. Late 90s, early 2000s. Examine Baseball says, remember the McDonald's game day cards? Had some of the regional sets were fun to collect at the time. Back in the 80s, I loved the Bears. The Bears, because it was like the Super Bowl year on the Bears. All right, I want to look something up real quick. All right. There we go. Gem City says, still want to do an NPN for the Topps Now. I mean, why not? Unicorn says, wonder what my daughter will think when she finds my funny names card collection. Fukudome. Why isn't this celebrated more? I know, right? It was definitely celebrated in 2008. I can assure you that. Offbeat All-Star says, Brewers 10 in a row. Are they ever going to lose? So, I mean, it's only August 12th. Can Milwaukee continue winning like 90% of their games the rest of the year? Like, everything regresses to the mean, especially in the game of baseball and Major League Baseball. And if the Brewers end up going through a a losing streak, it's going to be one for the ages. It's going to go down as like the 1969 Cubs and the 1977 Cubs. Those are the only ones that I know. Max says Ohtani is already 31. Keep that in mind before saying that. So this is what I wanted to look up. The same trajectory. Babe Ruth. Ohtani's only 2 years older than Babe Ruth. With the same set of games, 976 games. Babe Ruth was 29 on his 976 game. Actually, 29 and a half, I think. Let me see. Because Ohtani just turned 31 last month. Babe Ruth he was born in February, and yes, it was middle of the season. So there's only about a year and a half difference between the two players at the stage of 976 games. Yeah, Babe Ruth ended up hitting what? How many home runs? 714? Was that right? 714 home runs. Ohtani's at 267. Yeah, he's got a long way to go. Is Ohtani going to hit 700 home runs? No. Is he going to hit 600 home runs? Probably not. He will likely hit 500 home runs. Long way to go. I agree. Unicorn says, I never do not laugh. Bargain Boxer says it's a marathon, not a sprint. Rich says second time this year for the Brewers with 10 in a row this season. I think it was on SportsCenter last night. They have like multiple 8-game winning streaks this season. I can't remember if it was 3 or more than 3, but it's crazy what the Brewers are doing this year. Milwaukee should make the postseason, and then it's a true crapshoot. The Brewers will get to the postseason. I mean, look at the standings. They would have to like lose every game to not make the playoffs. Now I know it's not every game, but the stat before the Brewers won again yesterday. What was the number that I? All right. It's something absolutely crazy. All right. So before yesterday, the Cubs have to go 29-14 the rest of the season, and the Brewers have to go 23-22, and the Brewers won yesterday. For both teams to have identical records at the end of the year. Now, is that possible? Absolutely. Is it probable? Probably not. Let's go to the standings. So the Brewers right now have a 6.5 game lead in the division. Let's see. What's the wild card race? So right now the Cubs actually have the number 1 wild card in the National League. The Padres are just a game behind the Cubs. And then the Mets have the 3rd wild card spot. The Reds are only 2 games out of that 3rd wild card. The Cardinals are only 3 games away from the last wild card. So, but Brewers already have 74 wins this season. But what's crazy is the Brewers winning, going like 30-14 or what? They've won 10 in a row. They're 24-4 in their last 28 games. Is that sustainable? I don't think so. 24-4 in their last 28 games. And the Cubs are only 6.5 games back. And they've gone 5-5, the Cubs, in their last 10 games. So still, that's surprising, actually. Numbers are funny. Baseball numbers are funny like that. Unicorn says, Milwaukee seasons tend to end poorly. Yes, they do. Offbeat says, oh, yeah, I fully expect a first-round playoff exit. I hope not, but I've been hurt before. Devin Williams isn't there anymore, so you're saying there's a chance. Cody wants to know, how many did Shohei hit in Japan? Let's see. Does Baseball Reference have his... Let's see. Non-major, okay. 200 and... Oh, wait. Nope, that's counting. Only 48. He only had 48 home runs in Japan. He had 3 home runs in 2013. He was only 18. So he made his Japan debut as a youngster. When he was 19, he hit 10 home runs. He hit 5 in 2015. He hit 22 home runs in 2016. He had 8 home runs in 2017. And then really, Ohtani made his debut at age 23 in the big leagues, which is that's probably the average age of major league debut for all players. He was only 23 when he debuted. And remember, he missed, a season and a half with injuries, maybe even, what's his, all right, age 23, his rookie season, he played in 114 games, 106 games in 2019, which was that when he must have missed like part of the season. And then he only played 46 games in 2020. I think that's when he came back. So he must have had Tommy John in 2019 at the end of the season. And then he came back at the end of 2020 as a hitter only. But then otherwise, since Tommy John, he played 158 games in 2021. He played 157 games in 2022. He played 135 games. Oh, wait, 2020 was the COVID season. So he really hasn't missed much time as a hitter. 135 games in 2023, 159 games last year, and 117 games already this year. So Shohei Ohtani. Let's see. Unicorn Cupcake says to not acknowledge his Japan stats would be, as they say in Madison, ethnocentric. So there you go. All right. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Bargain Boxer, we went double your time. We went 40 minutes today. We didn't get to an hour and a half, but I've got to go take Ernie to school and get some shipping done. So hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I will go live on eBay tonight, 7 p.m. Central. We'll do some more requests. I've got slabs, lots, singles. So check it out tonight, 7 p.m. Central on eBay Live. Have a great day, and we'll see you tonight on eBay.